turning the dial for hours. Every channel is the same frequency, just the hum of something almost there. I press my ear against the floor. The building has a pulse, but it is not mine. Somewhere between the second and third floor, there is a conversation I was never part of. I keep adjusting, keep scanning. The needle moves, but the sound does not change. It is close, I can feel the edges of it, the shape of a word I used to know. I am receiving, but nothing is coming through. Tuned to the right place at the wrong time. The antenna is bent, but I keep holding it up, receiving nothing, holding still. I tried moving the furniture, thought the signal might be blocked by the shelf or the wall or the years of plaster. I stood by the window, same hum. I stood in the hallway, same distance. The problem is not the position. It was here once, I remember the weight of it. Heavier than sound, closer than skin. I am receiving, but nothing is coming through. Tuned to the right place at the wrong time. The antenna is bent, but I keep holding it up, receiving nothing, holding still. Still scanning, still here. Standing where the ground splits open, 1 foot on each side, perfectly balanced. Not brave enough to jump, not tired enough to fall, just standing on the fault line, watching it widen. Everyone I know has already picked a side. They waved from the other bank and kept walking. I watched them shrink into the distance. small enough to fit inside my fist. I could have followed, the gap was narrow then. Now it is the width of a season. My shoes are full of dirt from standing here too long. The edge is crumbling, but I keep my weight even. I'm standing where the ground splits open, 1 foot on each side, perfectly balanced. Not brave enough to jump, not tired enough to fall, just standing on the fault line, watching it widen. The problem is that I have memorized the shape of it. I know every inch of this edge. It has become the only ground I trust. I am standing where the ground splits open, 1 foot on each side, perfectly balanced. Not brave enough to jump, not tired enough to fall, just standing on the fault line, watching it wide. Been sitting here long enough to forget the shape of the room. The walls are somewhere behind me. I stopped checking. There is a chair, I think, and a window that faces something. A street or a courtyard, or just more concrete. I used to know I looked once, now the distance between me and the glass feels like a country I would need a visa for. The ceiling could be 6 feet or 60. I cannot tell from down here. Everything is the same temperature as my skin. dissolved when I stopped looking for them. Now it is just me and the air, and the air does not care where it ends. Same chair, same distance, same room I cannot measure. I drew a line down the center of my chest. Left side leans toward the door, right side leans toward the bed. Both sides weigh exactly the same. I have been standing on this meridian for months, perfectly split, perfectly useless. Halfway is not a compromise. Halfway is a place where nothing moves. The compass needle spinning between two norths. I am the exact center of nowhere. Sits in my throat like a stone I swallowed as a child. My father's silence fills the rest. I speak in the gap between them, a sentence that starts in one country and ends in another. Halfway is not a compromise. Halfway is a place where nothing moves. The compass needle spinning between two norths. I am the exact center of nowhere. Neither door, neither bed, neither language, neither silence. Just the line, just the line. I was gonna say something. It was right there behind my teeth. The shape of it was almost. No, it is gone. I wrote it down once, I think, on the back of something I threw away. It does not matter what it was. It probably was not. Going to say something. It was right there, behind my teeth. The shape of it was almost. No, it is gone. I wrote it down once, I think, on the back of something I threw away. It does not matter what it was. It probably was not. Gravity in this room that was not here yesterday. The floor is tilting 2 degrees to the left. My coffee slides across the table on its own. The books lean against each other like tired passengers. Everything is moving toward the same corner, and I am moving with it. I planted my feet, grabbed the edge of the desk, but my knuckles are white and the desk is sliding too. Something underneath is pulling. I cannot see it, but it has weight. The kind of weight that bends the floorboards. I am not falling, I am being collected. Gathered toward a point I did not agree to. The undertow does not ask permission. Resisting on a Tuesday, not because because I was brave, because my arms got tired. Now I just let the current take me where it takes me. The destination is not the point. The pull is the point. Something underneath is pulling. I cannot see it, but it has a weight. The kind of weight that bends the floorboards. I am not falling, I am being collected. The undertow does not ask permission. Still sliding, still being pulled. I dream in one language and wake up in another. The first word of the morning belongs to a place I left. The last word before sleep belongs to a place that never accepted me. In between, I built sentences out of mismatched parts. A verb from the east, a noun from the north, grammar that does not exist in any country. I am fluent in neither. I carry two dictionaries and both are missing pages. The word for home is torn out of one. For leaving is torn out of the other. I speak in the damage between them. My grandmother sang something once. I remember the melody, but not the words. I hummed it to someone here. They said it sounded cold. She would have said it sounded warm. I am fluent in neither. I carry two dictionaries and both are missing pages. I speak in the damage between them. And the damage has become its own language. Neither tongue, neither country. made up my mind 3 days ago. I have not told anyone. The decision sits in my chest like a swallowed coin, heavy, round, certain. What remains is not the answer. What remains is the weight of having won. A direction chosen with closed eyes, a door I will walk through without announcing it. I owe no one an explanation. The decision is mine and it will stay inside me. That is all I had to say.